The Minnesota Timberwolves have made headlines for all the wrong reasons this offseason, but let's see how good a team with two #1 overall picks, a #2 overall pick, and one of the greatest defensive players in the history of basketball as their budding team is starting to reach that potential that they believe they have. Are they a championship team? Are they pretenders? Are they contenders? Starting at the point guard position, they have D'Angelo Russell, who had probably one of the most embarrassing playoff performances in recent memory. He was bad against the Grizzlies, and if he performed at his normal standard-ish level, they probably could have upset the Grizzlies and advanced to the next round, where who knows what would have happened against the Warriors. Overall, though, you know who D'Lo is at this point in his career. He's a guy who's going to disappoint you because he has the potential to be so much better. You've seen these years in Brooklyn and Golden State where he was really good. 21 points, 7 assists, 6 assists here. And at the end of the day, he just doesn't do what your point guard needs to do, which is make smart plays, facilitate, score when he needs to. But overall, he's just not that dude. Interestingly enough, though, last season, he really took over the lead as the defensive captain on the team with Chris Finch's new system being implemented. It was a really nice transition to see him do at this point in his career to show that he still has room to improve and work to get better. Jordan McLaughlin is a serviceable backup point guard, really showed out. His issue is that he's super undersized and he can't really shoot the three all that well, but he's a really solid facilitator, especially backing up running with the twos. Anthony Edwards, budding superstar, known homophobe, athletic freak, will dunk over anybody. His issue is that he jacks up shots way too much. Oh my God, I can't tell you how many times I see him do sort of a James Harden-esque step back contested 3-point jumper with like 12 seconds left in the shot clock. Granted, he makes a good percentage of them. He's so streaky. When he's hot, his shot is falling. He will drop 40, he'll drop 50 without even thinking. But when he's off, his game tends to get ugly. He doesn't attack the paint as much as you'd like an athletic freak to do. Jalen Noel, super athletic, high energy, high effort guy. Not a great overall player, but he really came into his own being a second-round pick back in 2019 last season, and he's shown that he is serviceable. He is a bench role-playing option that they have on this team. A little undersized at 6'4". Bryn Forbes, three-point specialist, awful on the defensive end, can't do much more than shoot 40% from the three-point line and then miss in the playoffs when you need him to make it the most. CJ Ellaby came over from, I believe, the Trailblazers with his floppy hair. Not a lot here. He's just a fun guy to root for. I think he's undrafted, a second-round pick 2 years ago. And AJ Lawson, not a lot to talk about there. Taurean Prince, interestingly enough, he kind of found a role here. He's a really nice 3-and-ish D kind of player. He shot 40%, I think, at one point in his career from the three-point line. 2 years ago was 40. Last season was 37. He's actually got a little bit of toughness as well. You won't expect it from a guy who's as skinny as he is, but he's got good size in him to play the 3, to play the 4. He can shoot the 3 at least league average. He's just a really quality role player to have on this team. Austin Rivers is on the Timberwolves? I didn't even know that. Wendell Moore, their first-round pick. He was a really fun player at Duke, a tick undersized to be a wing player, but he's a solid. I think he came out as junior, 21 years old at this point. 3-and-D prospect. We'll see what they have in this upcoming season. Karl Towns. We'll get to that in a second. Kyle Anderson, one of my favorite players. Slow-mo is just so much fun to watch because he plays the game completely with his brain. He's the slowest player in history. He has this funny 3-piece jump shot that when he gets completely full extension and motion, the shot goes in. He's a okay-ish 3-point shooter. I believe he had a really down year last year. He had a career year when his contract was up in Memphis, shot 36% from 3, 12 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and then kind of went a little bit down last year. So Memphis says, good riddance, we're getting younger. But Kyle Anderson is a really good player to have on this team. Veteran leadership, ultimate professional. He just plays the game the way you want to. Jaden McDaniels, the opposite of Jared Vanderbilt when he was on this team. Not the greatest athlete, but he is a stretch 4 who can spread the floor, which this team needs, especially at this point now that they have Rudy Gobert. Eric Pascal, is he really on a 2-way contract? Can I sign him? Damn. Really fun player. Had some, I think, family issues last year, which kind of took him away from being on the court. But he's friends with one of the players. I think he's friends with D'Angelo Russell, and he's a really serviceable stretch 4 as well. Just hasn't really proven himself after that career year in Golden State. And Josh Minot, their second-round pick, yeah. Super freaky athletic kid from Memphis, but his game needs to come along before he's going to find any minutes on the court. Rudy Gobert we'll talk about, and Naz Reid is a perfect backup, except he's about 6'7", has the same issue as Isaiah Stewart, except Naz Reid can actually shoot the ball. He can spread the floor to a good extent. What did he shoot last year from the 3-point line? 34%, not great, but he is a center. He plays tough defense. He is a tick undersized. He's not the biggest and strongest guy. So you're going to have to deal with that when Karl Towns and Rudy Gobert goes out. But as far as backup centers go, Naz Reid is among the best. As for Rudy Gobert and Karl Towns, first things first, the Minnesota Timberwolves completely ruined this offseason by breaking the market because they gave up, I think, 4 or 5 first-round picks and a whole bunch of talent and draft capital for Rudy Gobert, who, don't get me wrong, one of the greatest defense players in the history of the game. How many time defensive player of the year is he? Does it show here? First team all defense, 3-time defensive player of the year. Dude is a freak. He's really good, has solid feet on the perimeter. I know Terrence Mann made him look like a bitch, but when he has his opportunities to play on the perimeter and stay in front of smaller, quicker guards, he does pretty well for a guy who's 7'1", 260 pounds. He's got freaky long arms. They don't call him the Stifle Tower for no reason. His offense is a 0. He cannot shoot whatsoever, and that's to be expected from these bigger guys, but when he touches the ball, it's about a 50-50 if he's going to drop the ball, turn it over, or try to hoist up an ugly looking jump hook shot that may or may not go in. Even when he has an open layup opportunity, it's still not a guarantee that Rudy Gobert is going to make it. And because of that, you're always limited by how good your team is going to be, because in today's NBA, 5-out offenses is the new wave. It's the meta, and Rudy Gobert cannot do anything offensively except set screens. He's the best screen setter in the NBA. So you look at the pluses, you look at the minuses, and you have to say, do we want Rudy Gobert on our team? And a lot of teams are going to say yes. He's an incredible defender. The way Utah had their defense set up, they literally were funneling players into Rudy Gobert. They would overclose on defense and say, all right, we'll make you drive into the paint or take a mid-range jumper. Nobody takes mid-range shots these days. And then Rudy Gobert would meet you at the rim. So every single possession, Rudy Gobert was the centerpiece on defense. He does everything you want your center to do: rebounds, blocks shots, defends at a high level. And then on offense, besides setting screens, which he's elite at, he's not good. Don't put the ball in his hands. But the team that took him, the team that traded for him, is the team that has Karl Anthony Towns, who is the flip side of Rudy Gobert, who does everything that you want him to do offensively. He had a career year from 3 last year. I believe he shot 40-something%, 41% from the 3-point line. Okay, I'm wrong. He didn't have a career from the 3-point line, but he did win the 3-point champion, which makes me say that. He was electric. He was elite. He was blossoming, and he announced himself as the number 3 center in the NBA behind Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. The dude balled out. The thing about him is that he's not going to give you effort night in, night out on the defensive end. He has the capacity to, 6'11", 250 with a freakish wingspan himself, but he just loses concentration, loses focus, and he plays with his emotions on his shoulder, which is great. You love those guys. They're passionate about the game of basketball. But when his mind isn't right, Karl Towns kind of disappears. He'll jack up a shot with 20 seconds left in a closeout pivotal playoff game, and then you're saying, Karl Towns, what the fuck are you doing? He'll freak out. He'll draw fouls. He'll draw technical fouls, and you're going to worry that he's going to get ejected from the game because Karl Towns will lose his mind. Theoretically, Karl Towns has all the attributes to be the best center in the NBA. He's athletic. He can shoot. He's a freakish defender, but he just doesn't do it on a night in, night out basis. And at this point in his career, 26 years old, you kind of know what these guys are going to be at this point. He's a very good third best center in the NBA type of guy. But then they went out and traded for Rudy Gobert. Means he's a power forward, and he's not the best power forward in the NBA anymore. You look at the centers and you can say, all right, I can see that. He's behind Joel Embiid. He's behind Nikola Jokic. He's better than Anthony Davis, who isn't a center anymore. He's better than Rudy Gobert, Bam Adebayo, Sabonis, Siakam, who's not a center, Jared Allen, Robert Williams. Clearly, Karl Towns is a step above those guys. But you look at power forwards, is Karl Towns better than Giannis? No. Is he better than Zion? Nobody's better than Zion. Is he better than Evan Mobley? Evan Mobley's a rookie, but he's coming into his own. Scott Barnes, John Collins, LeBron James plays the power forward position at times. Is he better than him? No. Is he better than Kevin Durant? Is he better than Kawhi Leonard, Jason Tatum? I know these guys are listed as small forward, but that's the thing is, in today's NBA, you have a point guard, you have a center, and you have 3 wing players. And is he better than Jimmy Butler, DeMar DeRozan? That's when you start to say, I don't really know if Karl Towns is that good. And the thing about Karl is that his biggest strengths is that he's a center. Now that they put in Rudy Gobert, they're rocking the double big lineup. I know they had success out there in Cleveland. Are they going to have success out here in Minnesota? Because rocking the double big lineups limits you offensively. You hope that your defense is good enough to compensate. Rudy Gobert is clearly a great defender, but is Karl Towns going to give you that defensive performance night in, night out while still giving you the offense that you need from a guy who's the center now playing the power forward position. So it's going to be a really interesting, really weird experiment to see in Minnesota. I'm not a big fan of the trade, A, because it ruined the NBA offseason, and B, because I felt like this team was blossoming and budding on their own. I felt like D'Lo was okay. Maybe look to replace him a little ways down the road. Anthony Edwards was coming into his own, becoming the superstar that we saw when he got taken #1 overall a couple years ago. And if he continued to develop into an elite player, the team was only going to get better. The team was going to make legit title contention, and Karl Towns could be the #3 option on this team. It kind of fits into his mentality. You get a bunch of good role players behind him, and they'd be set. Instead, they said, you know what, we're not getting good quick enough. Let's go trade for who we think is the best player available on the market. And they got Rudy Gobert. So I'm disappointed in the front office, but maybe it'll pan out. Maybe it'll work and I'll look like an idiot. But let's look at this rotation. D'Lo at the 1, Anthony Edwards at the 2, Taurean Prince at the 3, Karl Towns at the 4, Rudy Gobert at the 5. Coming off the bench, Jalen Noel, Jaden McDaniels, Jordan McLaughlin, Naz Reid, and Kyle Anderson will not be getting minutes because he's old. Preseason power rankings, this team is going to be interesting. 18th. Yeah, that hurts. Eric Boner has an 18th as well. And that's why I kind of disagree with the trade. Unless it pans out in a championship, which is what this team needs to seek, it's going to be a disappointment. And I think the worst part about the Rudy Gobert trade, as we're waiting and we're having a really good season at this point, is that you gave up all of your draft capital up into the 2029 season. I think they have maybe 1 or 2 picks. I think they have 2024 and 2028 left over. And draft capital is how you continue to get younger and continue to get better in the offseason. And so you basically gave up the Kevin Durant package for Rudy Gobert. I don't hate getting Rudy Gobert if he gave up Patrick Beverley and 2 firsts or something like that. But they gave up everything for Rudy Gobert. That's what the issue is when I'm talking about trading for Rudy Gobert. Here we are at the All-Star break. Team captains are Luka Doncic and Kevin Durant. On Team Luka is LeBron James, Giannis, Nikola Jokic, and Trae Young. On the other side, Stephanie Curry, James Harden, Karl Towns, and Joel Embiid, rocking the double big lineup. For the reserves is Damian Lillard, Jimmy Buckets, Devin Booker, John Morant, Zion Williamson, DeMar DeRozan, and Bam Adebayo. On the other side, Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum, Bradley Beal, Anthony Davis, Paul George, and Zach LaVine. I mean, it looks like the team is working just fine. We are #1 in the NBA, 38-14, ahead of the Bulls, Sixers, Grizzlies, Celtics. And I hate how the Warriors get completely disrespected in this game, down to 18th. Barely a 500 team after winning a championship and everybody's healthy. Overall, having a very serviceable year. The thing about having Rudy Gobert is that he's not going to do the scoring for you. 10 points, but 13 rebounds. Karl Towns can still shoot as much as he wants to. 26 and 11. Anthony Edwards hopefully will continue to develop. D'Lo is here. 18 and 9 is really good. Only 2.2 turnovers. Is this a career year? Are you a glitch in simulation, D'Lo? How do I look at your per game stats? I can't. We have 122 turnovers, which I think is a lot. Is it? I don't know. Jalen Noel is actually really good for us off the bench. Taurean Prince is upgradable. Jaden McDaniels, Naz Reid, Jordan McLaughlin. Yeah, the rest of the team is doing serviceable, but we are having a very solid first half of the season. Looking at the league leader, scoring champion is currently Luka freaking Doncic. Rebounds is Joel Embiid, and assist is Nikola Jokic. Steals is Benjamin Simmons. Blocks is Mitchell Robinson. Flicker percentages is Zion Williamson. 3-point champion is Desmond Bane, and free throw champion is Kyrie Irving. We're not going to make any changes. See you in the playoffs. Luka Doncic had an MVP year. Chet Holmgren, rookie of the year, 11 and 9. That wins MVP, huh? Interesting. Imagine, right? Follow me on this. If we could actually see the per game splits, but we can't. Thanks, 2K. Ben Simmons, 6th man of the year. Rudy Gobert, defensive player of the year. Bones Highlands wins most improved. Really? No, he went from 10 to 13. No, come on, game. Ime Udoka is coach of the year, and Neil White is, in fact, oh my God, look at his face. All defensive first team, no Timberwolves. Second team, Karl Anthony Towns does, in fact, make it. Third team, nobody. Rudy Gobert on the all defensive first team. And do we have any rookies? I don't think so. We traded away Walker Kessler. And hey, 2K doesn't even play the rookies anyway. Looking at the power rankings, we are first-ish. I probably would take the Celtics ahead of us. 50-24. It's not a bad record. It's not a good record. It does win #1 in the NBA because the other teams are the Grizzlies, who are still coming to their own. The Warriors really heat up. Dallas has the Luka Doncic's. Yeah. I understand. I understand why they're a good team. But let's look at the team stats where we performed okay. Timberwolves are second in scoring, 120 points per game. Third defensively, giving us a 9.2 point differential. Second best in the NBA. Field goal percentages, yes. 3-point percentages, CX. Free throw percentages, is not good. Not good, not good. 21st, 76% is not what you want to see. Player stats, probably the same as we saw before. Karl Towns had a very good year. So did Anthony Edwards. D'Lo was really good for us. Only 2.3 turnovers to almost 9 assists. Jalen Noel was good. Rudy Gobert did his job. Taurean Prince needs to upgrade upon, and then we're probably going to be an elite team. Looking at league leader, scoring champion went to Luka Doncic. Rebounds went to Joel Embiid, and assists went to Nikola Jokic. How far down is D'Lo? D'Lo is 10. Not bad. Not bad. Steals is Paul George. Blocks is Mitchell Robinson. And figure percentages is 3-point champion is Desmond Bane. A free throw champion is Stephanie Curry. Yeah, I think we're ready. I have zero expectations for this team. I know we're good. I know we're the number 1 seed in the West, but I don't know if this is still yet good enough to win a championship. Granted, we have what we'll call it 91, 89, 87, 84. Almost an all. It's not an all 90 lineup, but there's a 90 and a whole bunch of high 80s. I think we can beat the Clippers. I'll take that to my bank. 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, and 4-0. Can we beat Luka Doncic? I don't know about that. Christian Woodson 85 and coming off the bench. That is how good they are as they win game 1. What did Luka drop? 42, 11, and 7. That's fair. We win game 2. Lose game 3. Win game 4. We win game 5. I did not mean to simulate the round, but I guess we went to 7 and we did in fact win. But here we are taking on the Zion Williamsons. I did nerf him because I'm sick of Zion. But they have Clint Capella. Why do they always get Clint Capella? What? How do they get Clint Capella? Like, bruh, they trade an 85 overall starting caliber center for Trey Murphy and Devontae Graham. Come on, man. 2K with the cheese. But we win 2-0, 3-0. And hey, we advance going up against the Hawks. We actually rebuilt last time. Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, the 2 teams that made the biggest offseason trades. If they had Clint Capella, this would be a fearsome team. But I think we could actually win this as we win game 1, win game 2, win game 3, and we do win 4-0. Okay, Karl Towns wins NBA Finals MVP, goes 28 and 10. I guess the Timberwolves are the best team in the NBA. Let's get it. LeBron James, you're not going to retire yet. You still got 2 years left on your deal. It's these guys, I'm fine. Kyle Lowry, Rajon Rondo. Staff retirements, Greg Popovich and Paulo Perone. Hall of Fame inductees is Dwight and Melo getting their jersey retired. So is Kyle Lowry. League meetings, any of these fun? Oh, I should have accepted this one, but I didn't. I'm dumb. Draft lottery. Obviously, we don't have any draft picks. We do need to improve still. I'm not content with this team where it's at. I know we won a championship. I know Chris Finch is a good head coach. I want to improve upon Taurean Prince. The fastest man of the draft class is C. Wallace. Okay, C. And Monty Bayless. Most agile is Al Lane and Vlad Lukovsky. And C. Wallace and Roland Neely. Highest vertical is Lamont Leonard and Brandon Monroe and Antonio Clayton and Sean Bias. Highest bench press is Howie Elliott and Ifeanya Udo. Best shot 3-pointer, Abe Woods, Keontae George, Nick Smith, and T. Smith. Very impressive names here, C and T. Very menacing, make you want to squirm like little girl. So I'm wondering, as we get rid of the 28th overall pick, if we can figure out a way to jump into the mid-first round of this draft class. If I give up, say, a couple role players that aren't going to see a lot of time. Like, I like our bench. Our bench is great. Josh Minnow, probably not going to get minutes. And, like, Kyle Anderson, can I jump up into the middle of the first? You know what? This is interesting. They're giving me Charlotte's pick next season. And Charlotte, because of the way Miles Bridges works out, tends to be pretty bad. So I will take that 3-star pick. But look at the Hornets squad. I know they have LaMelo Ball. I know they're going to be gods. But Terry, Oubre, we'll see what they do in the offseason. That'll determine if we keep that pick. And with that first round pick, we might be able to jump up into the draft. I'll throw you a couple seconds. We don't have a lot to play with here, but I want to move up into the first round. And there we go. 3 seconds is going to get us the 15th overall pick this year. So number 1 overall to the Spurs goes Nick Smith. Number 2 goes Dylan Mitchell. Number 3 goes Victor. Interesting. He falls to 3. 4 goes trading. Or number 5. Okay, so the Hornets are moving up 1 spot to get their guy. And they're taking All-Star Thompson. Interesting. And number 5 goes Caleb Floyd. A lot of good players are still available. I wonder if any of them fall to us. 15. Anthony Black. Not really. Monty Bayless. Flo Ware is here, but I've seen him get completely undrafted. We'll take Anthony Black. I think he turns out to be okay in this class. How do we do? Because I don't really know how good players are because scouting is broken. 76 overall. Yeah, it seems all right. Seems all right. Seems like the best player available at the time. We'll take him to be a backup wing player. Team player options. Everybody comes back except you. I don't want you on my team. Clearly don't have money. Get that out of the way. Get that out of your brain. We have a little bit of an overabundance of players. I didn't know Anthony Black was a backup point guard. Okay, so Jordan McLaughlin, he can be traded away. He's 27 years old anyway. Anthony Edwards still continuing to be a stud. Jalen Noel backing him up. Torian Prince, Wendell Moore can be a backup. We'll trade Torian Prince, Jordan McLaughlin, and maybe Jaden McDaniels and see what we can find. Because we're going to be keeping the core of this team together. I mean, it's just the way it is. But if we can go boom, boom, and like boom, there's some really good talent on this team. I don't want another pick. I want a good starting 3. Dorian Finney-Smith could be it. Could be. Is that really an upgrade though? No. So this might be too much, but I need to put in Naz Reid to make the money work. I wonder if I can steal a first from them as well. Just maybe, you know, 2027 first. And there they go. So we gave up way too much. I'm going to have to trade back for Naz Reid. I'll figure that out. But we have D'Lo, Anthony Russell, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Noel. Mikal Bridges is now the starting small forward for us. He's going to average 10 points, 3 rebounds, shoot really well, and give us good defense. That's all we need. Wendell Moore will still back him up. Karl Towns, Rudy Gobert. I'll sign somebody and figure out how to get Naz Reid back on the team. Eric Pascal does not want to come back to our team because I guess he got stuck in the G League. Sucks to suck, my friend. How do I get my guy back? Or is there a better center? Do we want Omer Yurtseven? Is Omer Yurtseven better than Naz Reid? Interesting question. Maybe I'll just sign Dario Saric and get him back on there. Get him back on the Suns. Okay, Naz Reid is back. So we have D'Angelo Russell, Anthony Black, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Noel, Mikal Bridges, Wendell Moore, Karl Towns, Rudy Gobert, and Naz Reid. As for the free agents, James Harden went back to the Sixers. Kyrie Irving went to the Rockets. Interesting. Chris Middleton to the Magic. Kristaps Porzingis to the Pacers. Tyler Hero back to the Heat. RJ Barrett back to the Knicks. Christian Wood back to the Mavs. Nikola Vucevic to the Pistons. Interesting. And the Warriors and Raptors retain their guys. Certainly an interesting offseason, to say the least. Hopefully we got a little bit better, as Rudy Gobert is regressing. He's 31 years old at this point, while still remaining competitive, because I don't like that we only won 54 games in the regular season. I understand we won the championship, but I'm still not confident in this team. That said, we do need to go for 2. We need to go for the back-to-back. We'll be dropping down to a 9-man rotation. D'Lo at the 1, Anthony Edwards at the 2, Mikal Bridges at the 3, Karl Towns, Rudy Gobert. Coming off the bench is Jalen Noel, Naz Reid, Anthony Black, and Wendell Moore. Your time to shine, rookie. Preseason power rankings, yeah, we're 8th. And 8th for Eric Boner as well. Not great, but not terrible. And here at the All-Star break is Team Luka and Team Giannis. On Team Luka is Kevin Durant, Nikola Jokic, Jason Tatum, and Trae Young. On the other side, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, John Morant, and Darius Garland. For the reserves is Jimmy Buckets, Karl Towns, Donovan Mitchell, Joel Embiid, Anthony, or Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I don't know why I said Anthony. Zach LaVine, and DeAndre Ayton. On the other side, Stephanie Curry, Devin Booker, Anthony Davis, LaMelo Ball, Paul George, DeMar DeRozan, and Bam Adebayo. Yo, you look at the team, it's about right. 32-18. We're a good team. Holy crap, Boston Celtics. Cleveland, of course, turning into the studs that they are. Ridiculous. Mobley's going to be a 94 next season. Memphis, John Morant's a glitch. And this is what I mean when I say we need to remain competitive. Sure, we won that 1 championship, but is this team good enough to win 3 in a row? I don't think so, and that's why I'm not confident about this team. I wish, you know what I wish we had was untapped potentials and training camps. It's been 2 years now, so I'm not going to do that, but man, was that helpful for making your team better. Scoring champion is Luka Doncic is dropping 40 a night. Rebounds is Joel Embiid, and assist is Darius Garland. Steals is Lonzo Ball. Blocks is Victor Wembanyama, and field goal percentages is Zion Williamson. Shooting a very nice field goal percentage. 3-point champion is Stephanie Curry, not to be confused with Seth Curry. And free throw champion is Kevin Love. We're good. Don't get me wrong. Anthony Edwards has taken over as the #1 on this team. I'm good with that. Karl Towns doing 21 and 10. That's exactly what you want from him. D'Lo 16 and 9. Perfect stats for him. Jalen Noel good off the bench. And Mikal Bridges giving me exactly what I wanted. 11 points. 3-point shot is 40%. That's all I need. Do we make any moves is the question. We're third in the power rankings. I feel like going on a little bit of a run in the playoffs will be good enough to win a championship. I just don't love our prospects. We're a really good team, not a superstar championship contending every single night team that you'd kind of like the team to be. We will be re-signing Rudy Gobert. Will we? He's got 3 years left. I don't need to re-sign him yet. Calm down, Rudy. You're making way too much money for a guy who can't shoot a free throw. Luka Doncic wins MVP because, you know, Victor put up 26 and 11. Holy crap. Scoot Henderson, 6th man of the year as the rookies are taking over the league. Victor wins defense player of the year. Victor might be a glitch in this draft class. Darius Garland, most improved, 27 and 11 himself. Wow. Ime Udoka, coach of the year, and Neil White is White. All NBA first team, no Timberwolves. Second team, Karl Towns did make it. Third team, nobody. All defensive first team, nobody. Second team, no Timberwolves. Really? No Timberwolves on the rookie team either? This little racist game. Team stats, we were 53 and 29, 2 games back of the Memphis Grizzlies. We're good. We're not great, but we're good, and it's frustrating. League leader in scoring is, of course, Luka Doncic because he is God. Rebounds is Joel Embiid, and assist is Darius Garland. Steals is Lonzo Ball. Blocks is Victor Wembanyama. Finger percentages is Zion Williamson. 3-point champion is Stephanie Curry, and free throw champion is Kevin Love. Team stats wise, I'm sure we were okay. Decent even. 5th offensively. 3rd defensively, giving us a 7.6 point differential. 3rd in the NBA. Field goal percentages, we are 7th. 3-point percentages, we are 5th. And free throw percentages, we are 14th. Again, good, not great. I'm not happy with the lack of development. Anthony Edwards kind of fell off a little bit scoring wise. How do we do from the 3-point line? Anthony Edwards, 41%. Love that. D'Lo, 39%. That's great. Karl Towns, 39%. Jalen Noel, 37%. Naz Reid, not great. Mikal Bridges, 40%. Anthony Black was pretty bad at 30%. And Wendell Moore, 38% for him. Good to see. But let's see how we do in the playoffs, taking on the Rockets. Oof. Kyrie Irving, Jalen Green, Nasir Little, Jabari Smith. Only an 83, though. Miles Turner, Alperen Şengün. Definitely an interesting team. I could see them upsetting us as they are up 2-0, 2-1, 2-2. We're up 3-2, 1-3 in a row, and we do win 4 in a row after going down 0-2 now to take on the Pelicans. Yep, good team. Good team, not a lot to say about them. They're always glitches in simulation. Doesn't matter how good you are, they are the Pelicans. As we do 3-1, advancing now to take on the #1 seed in the NBA, Memphis Grizzlies. Ja Morant's a glitch. Desmond Bane, really good. Jaren Jackson, really good. The rest of their team, not so good, but it is Ja Morant who's a 96 overall as they win game 1, win game 2, down 2-1, down 3-1, and we do lose in 5. Ja Morant wins Western Conference Finals MVP and NBA Finals MVP. It was the year of Ja. LeBron says, I'm finally out. I'm going to turn down $50 million, and I can't blame him. Al Horford is gone. So is Russ. Couple of big names here. Staff retirements is Jenner Perger. Hall of Fame inductees LeBron and Russ getting their jersey retired as well. So is Blake Griffin. Interesting. Are any of these fun? No, 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 no. Ooh, I like this. Eliminate the foul out rule. Let's get it. Draft lottery. We did trade away that Charlotte pick. How good is it? Oh, we actually have it. It's number 2, and we have the number 10 pick. Yo, we can make some moves here. And we fall to 4. Fuck. Staff signing. Is it time to make a move? Chris Finch is one of the best coaches in the NBA right now at this point. I think in 2K he's underrated, and there are no good coaches available. Should we just hire Mike Staufer? Call it a day? I think at this point we need to maximize the potential that is on this team, so we'll just go ahead and take Mike Staufer. You're not getting $9 million. We're a small market team, my friend. You're going to get a solid 6.5 and be happy with it, okay? You're already a shot coach. I'm literally just promoting you from inside. Come on, calm down. Looking at the draft combine, the fastest man of the class is Louis Bosch and Tugay Penbay. And Rex Joseph. Most agile is Darius Warren and Rex Joseph and Damian Bowen. Highest vertical is Louis Bosch, Edwin Moore, and Brett Higgins. Highest bench press is Alvin Rodman, Clifton Murray, Lowell Harris, Brevin Sanders. Best shot three-pointer, Andrew Lowe, and Marion Macy. 2K names get more and more interesting every single day. And we have no idea who's at the top of the draft class because scouting is so effing broken that it makes me want to rip my goddamn hair out. But the number 1 and number 2 picks look to be pretty good. So if we move up, I'm sure there's going to be some good talent there. At some point, I just need to scout myself, but it's so painful and there's nothing interesting to it. You just go through menus and you click the button that says scout this guy for a couple weeks and improve their percentages. And you go, great, thanks. I didn't even mean to skip immediately to the draft. So number 1 overall pick is likely to be Trey Sparks or JP Finley. Both of them seem to be pretty good. JP Finley is a point guard. Trey Sparks is a center. So why don't we see, because they're both 20 years old. I'm not a huge fan of that. Rex McGuire down here is only 19. Who's this? Rex McGuire, Ethan Bias. I kind of want JP Finley. He looks like an interesting prospect, but I think he's going to fall to 2. So let's see how it goes. Number 1 overall to the Portland Trail Blazers goes Trey Sparks. So I want to trade up to 2 from 4. I think that's feasible with the OKC Thunder. So look at the OKC Thunder. 12, 18, 24, 25, 2, 7, and then a million first-round picks. God, the Thunder have too many first-round picks. What do you want to move up from 2 to 4? You want our 2028 first? Now give us a second. I'm good with that. So we jump up basically 2 spots, and we'll take JP Finley, see if he's any good. He's only 6 feet tall, so it's usually not a good sign. Yeah, not a huge fan of that. And then I'd like to take Ethan Bias, or who is the other guy? There's another guy, Jonathan Weaver. He's okay. Clifton Murray, 78 overall. Rex McGuire, I kind of like. So we'll take JP Finley here. Who knows? Maybe he's okay. Damian Bowen, Clifton Murray, and Rex McGuire. Was that the guy we wanted? I think it was. I think it was the guy we wanted. Well, screw me. Let's go to 10. See if there's anybody available here. Ethan BS is available. And I think that's the move we're going to make because he's 19 years old. The other guy is Jonathan Weaver. Do I want Jonathan Weaver or Ethan BS? I want none of them. This guy has 8 badges, but he's 23 years old. So does Jin Soo here. That's interesting. Jonathan Weaver, Manny Lopez, Ethan BS. We'll take Ethan BS. Who knows? And then we have more picks. I'm sorry. Do we have more? I don't want these picks. Somebody else take them. Give me from the Suns. They're generally pretty bad in simulation. Okay, let's see how we made out. Number 1 overall, we got the best player of the class at number 2, JP Finley, the point guard. All right, and then 10, we took BS, 77 overall, 19 years old, and we got the best player left. All right, we made out pretty good. I'm content with that rookie signing. Of course, both these guys are going to be coming in. Team player options, Wendell Moore does need to come back. So now, officially, D'Angelo Russell is expendable. Anthony Edwards is going to get a mega deal as well. JP Finley and Anthony Black are our new point guards of the future, 20 years old themselves. Both have... Anthony Black has A+ potential. That's interesting. So we can trade D'Lo. Freaking Rudy Gobert still on the team. I forgot. And Mikal Bridges. Can we get an electric scoring small forward? Oh. Okay. They turned this trade down last time, but they're accepting it this time. We're trading away Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Or we're getting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. We're trading away D'Lo, Mikal Bridges, Wendell Moore, Naz Reid, and 2 first-round picks. I tried to make this trade before we signed people, but we have Shai at the 1 now. I don't know what to do with this information, but Anthony Black is 6'7", so theoretically he could move over to play the 3. Oh, I was kind of hoping to go after Tyrese Halliburton, if I'm being completely honest, but he hadn't signed with anybody. So let's look at this team. Or do I want Shea to move to the 3? What is his assist stats? 6 assists? But that's also playing alongside Josh Giddey. Oh! Tell you what, Shea's a super expendable guy. We'll play him at the 3, and he can be a 2 guard backing that up. So we're going to be rocking JP Finley, Anthony Black at the 1, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Noel at the 2, Shea at the 3, Karl Towns and Ethan BS at the 4, Rudy Gobert, and we need a backup center. And that's wow. I did not know that that was going to go through. Are any of these guys remotely good? Kevon Looney. I wouldn't mind Kevon Looney for a couple years. Come on down, Kevon, for a tick under 3.5. You're declining my offer. How about you go yourself? Does Jalen Duren want to come sign? No, of course he doesn't. Why would anybody want to sign on a decent contract when nobody else has signed him in free agency? We'll get Udoka as a Azubuike and be happy with it, okay? Come on, Doke. And there we go. Nope, the offer sheet got matched. Okay, who wants to sign with us? Moses Brown. Brutal. Kevon Looney, can you please sign with us? I'll give you 4 years. And there we go. We got Kevon Looney. So free agency went as such. Kawhi Leonard went to the Bulls. LaMelo Ball back to the Hornets. Anthony Davis back to the Lakers. DeJounte Murray now to the Pacers. Team up alongside Kristaps Porzingis. Is that why they didn't sign Tyrese Halliburton? What the hell, man? All right. It's certainly a revamped team, to say the least. Interesting. Jaylen Brown to the Clippers. Anthony Edwards back to us. DeMar DeRozan to the Lakers alongside Anthony Davis, Tyrese Maxey, and Paul George doing what they do. So Tyrese Halliburton is just sitting here. I'm sure he's going to sign with some ridiculous team and put them over the top for $2 million. I love free agency in 2K. On to player progression. Rudy Gobert down to an 87. Brutal. But Shea's up to a 92. Karl Towns up to a 90. Anthony Edwards up to an 89. JP Finley. Anthony Black. His potential went down to A-, which I'm not a huge fan of. And then the rest of the benches, they're fine. But we have a new 91 overall, second highest rated player on the team in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I wanted to target a point guard-ish player because we have 2 bigs. So we need to feed them the ball and we need to do it in an intelligent manner. So this is going to be the team: JP Finley, Anthony Edwards, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Karl Towns, Rudy Gobert. Coming off the bench, Anthony Black, Jalen Noel, Ethan BS, Kevon Looney, and Josh Okogie is not going to get minutes, but he's back on the team. That's fun to see. Power rankings wise, we are 8th for 2K Sports and 8th for Eric Boner as well. And here at the All-Star break is Team Luka and Team Giannis. On Team Luka is Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, LaMelo Ball, and our boy Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. On the other side, Nikola Jokic, John Morant, Darius Garland, and Karl Towns. For the reserves is Anthony Davis, Jimmy Buckets, Trae Young, Zion Williamson, Zach LaVine, Josh Giddey, and Victor Wembanyama. On the other side, Stephanie Curry, Joel Embiid, Devin Booker, Cade Cunningham, Bam Adebayo, DeAndre Ayton, and Jaren Jackson Jr. We are certainly a good team, 42-10, best in the NBA, ahead of the Nets. Interesting. And the Cavaliers, which, I mean, God squad. And the Spurs. Interesting. Well, 2K simulation is weird, as it always is. Currently, leader in scoring is Jason Tatum, 34 points per game. Where's Luka? He fell to 3rd? Boy, he has regressed. Rebounds is Nikola Jokic, and assist is Darius Garland. Steals is Ben Simmons. Blocks is Victor Wembanyama. Figure percentages is Onyeka Okongwu. 3-point champion is Trae Young, and free throw champion is Kevin Love. Yeah, the stats are going to be all funky because we have too much talent on the team. But Shai's almost putting up 30 a game. Yo. All right. I guess because we only have 3 scorers on the teams theoretically. Because Shai, Anthony Edwards, Karl Towns, Rudy Gobert obviously isn't going to score. And then our point guards aren't going to score either. But they're very serviceable. Anthony Black looks to be a little better than JP Finley statistically. But JP Finley is starting. Should we flip that? I'll flip that. I don't mind. JP Finley's fine. Don't get me wrong, but I'd rather have the better players starting. So Anthony Black, you're going to step up. Look at that hair. And the rest of the team looks to be electric. We're just going to simulate to the playoffs. Nikola Jokic wins MVP 29, 12, and 9. Trey Sparks is Rookie of the Year. I don't know who you are. I've forgotten all about you. What am I, Thanos? Scoot Henderson, 6th Man of the Year on the Suns. Victor Wembanyama, Defensive Player of the Year, 27 and 12. Wow. Dyson Daniels, most improved, and Mike Stouffer, our boys coach of the year, the perfect record, 69-13. Minnesota Timberwolves, Neil White is still White. All-NBA first team, none of us. Second team, Shea does make it. Third team, Karl Towns does make it. What's this guy's name? Gigi Jackson. You kidding me, bro? All defensive first team, nobody. Second team, nobody. How about the rookie squad? JP Finley does make it, and Ethan BS is the only one on the All-NBA second team because 2K is broken. Power rankings wise, we're the best team in the NBA. 12 games up on the Brooklyn Nets. The rest of the NBA looks to have regressed, even the Cavaliers, weirdly enough. But Shea had himself a year, 27 points per game. Anthony Edwards, 22. Karl Towns, 21. Anthony Black was pretty good in his second season. JP Finley was good for a rookie. They're honestly kind of the same quality of player, but look at these assist numbers for Anthony Black. 8.1, I will take that to the bank. And Shea put up 9, by the way. Without, what's his name? Josh Giddey. Shea is a facilitating machine in 2K. 3-point percentages, Shea 39, Anthony 41, Karl Towns 45, Anthony Black only 27%. That's pretty bad. JP Finley, Jalen Noel 40%, Ethan Bias 36, Rudy Gobert shot out brisk 0%, and so did Kevon Looney. Scoring champion went to Jason Tatum, Luka at 2. Rebounds is Nikola Jokic, and assist is Ben Simmons. Steals is LaMelo Ball. Blocks is Victor Wembanyama. Field goal percentages is Onyeka Okongwu, shooting a very nice field goal percentage. 3-point champion is Trae Young, and free throw champion is Kevin Love. Team stats wise, we were number 1 in the NBA offensively, number 1 defensively, giving us a 16.4 point differential, almost doubling up the Brooklyn Nets. Field goal percentages, 2nd. 3-point percentages, 7th. Free throw percentages, 12th. But I think I'm more content with this team being a championship contender than I am with the other teams. Because not only do we have the now, Anthony Edwards, Shea, Karl Towns, all 90s, and Rudy Gobert in 88. But we have the future, Anthony Black, JP Finley, and then the bench squad is still the bench mafia. You know how we do. Taking on the Zion Williamsons. Look at it. See, with all the nerfing, Zion's already up to a 90. So that's what I'm saying when I always nerf him, that I have no shame. I don't mind him being a 90 a few years down the road. I just don't like him being a 99 next season when he's played 7 games. Brandon Ingram's up to an 88. They kind of lost the point guard and small forward spots on this team. Dyson Daniels should be playing point guard for them, but he's not. Lauri Markkanen and Herb Jones should be playing small forward for them, but they're not. Not my fault your team is poorly managed. That is up to the CPU. And we are up 3-0, 3-1, 4-1 now to take on the Dallas Luka Doncic's. They brought in Desmond Bane, Klay Thompson, Dorian Finney-Smith, and Christian Wood. This is a good team. Highly competitive, and I see why Luka Doncic isn't scoring 49 points a game. But let's see if we can win, as we are up 2-0, 3-1, and 4-1 now to take on the 7 seed. Really? Kyrie Irving, Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, another good team, but I think we are better. We have 3 90s in the starting lineup. 2-0, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, and we do advance. Shea is putting up unreal numbers yet again, but here we are taking on the best team in the NBA. Darius Garland, 94 overall. Donovan Mitchell, 90 overall. They brought in Dylan Brooks to be the small forward they need. Evan Mobley, 93. Jared Allen, 87. Bench is pretty good. Yeah, this is going to be a competitive matchup as we win game 1. Jay dropped 34, 4, and 9. Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland. They're a balanced team, too. That's what's scary about them. But we do win 2-0. Shea dropped 44 and 11. Oh my God. Darius put up 35 and 11, but Shea is outplaying Darius Garland, and we're 4-0ing them. Yo, I'll take it. This team should win another championship. Let's see if we can win 3 out of 4. Become the dynasty that we are destined to be. Boogie Cousins retiring. So is Michael. Don't call me Mike Malone. Cliff Paul going to the Hall of Fame. Getting his jersey retired. So is Draymond Green. Any of these rules are fun. That's fine. I'll take that. And then the rest, I mean, whatever. Who cares? Draft lottery. We probably don't have any draft capital left because we traded it all away to get even better. The Thunder have the number 1 overall pick. Finally. No changes to make in the coaching staff. On to the draft combine. The fastest man of the class is Joey Forbes. Yo, is this my player character? Hello? And Edmund Davidson. Most agile is Edmund Davidson. D. Kelly. Max Cotton. Highest vertical is Edmund David. This dude's a beast. Only 6 feet tall, though. and Terry Stanley. Highest bench press is Herman McNeil and Rodney Hamilton. Has anybody named their kid Herman in the last 50 years? My God. Best shot three-pointer is Freddie Grimes, Preston Carney, Courtney Kersey, and Malcolm Tavares. Okay, we don't have any picks, right? Everything's been sent away for the championships that we have now. Oh, we have the Suns first round pick. Oh, that's pretty good. I'll take a future first from the Warriors. They're always horrible in simulation, and it's going to be in 2029, so who really cares? But let's see how the draft class goes. Pretty bad. Terrence Edwards looks like he's the best, but he's also 21 years old. Yeah, really bad draft class. We obviously didn't sign anybody. Team player options, Anthony Black will be coming back. Ryman accidentally. Isaiah Joe is not going to get a contract. Neither is Elijah Hughes and Trent Forrest. Words. And Giannis is up for free agency. So is Jason Tatum. Interesting. We clearly don't have any money, but we have the roster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm happy. We'll just skip to, I guess, halfway through free agency, see if anything interesting happens. Jason Tatum going to the Bucks, and Giannis goes to the Knicks. Knicks fans, stand up. New York, stand up. Evan Mobley back to the Cavs. Cade Cunningham back to the Pistons. Scotty Barnes back to the Raptors. Jalen Green back to the Rockets. Donovan Mitchell back to the Jazz. Okay. Josh Giddey back to the Thunder. And John Collins back on the Hawks. Should we sign some? We have a mid-level exception. I mean, is there like a 19-year-old kid who's looking to develop for a while? Like Louis Bosch, son of legend Chris Bosch. I'm in on that. Player progression and skip. We Rudy Gobert down to an 85. This will probably be the last year of Rudith Gobert, but Shea's up to a 93. Anthony Edwards up to a 91. Karl Towns holding steady at a 90. Anthony Black has taken that step up that JP Finley has not. Ethan Bias is here. And the rest of the team. Somehow Isaiah Joe keeps making his way to the team, bro. Who even are you? I know he's a 76er. I get that. Kind of a Max Strus archetype. 3-no-D guy. But get off my team! Rocking the 9-man rotation yet again. Anthony Black, Anthony Edwards, Shea Gilgeous, Alexander, Karl Towns, Rudy Gobert, JP Finley, Ethan Bias, Jalen Noel, Kevon Looney, Louis Bosch will get no minutes. Deal with it. Suffer. Power rankings were second to the Knicks, which, I mean, getting Giannis will do that to you, but their shooting is horrible. RJ Barrett can't shoot in 2K. He can, he can't shoot on what I'm passing him the ball in my player, but he can shoot in franchise mode. 40%. I hate you. C. Wallace. What's up? Terrence Mann, but then Giannis and Mitchell Robinson, not great spacing there. Eric Boner has a second as well. Scoot Henderson unleashed, wins MVP 25 and 12 on 50, 78, 37 shooting. Allen Oakley is rookie of the year for the Warriors. Isaiah Jackson, 6th man of the year on the Pacers. Victor Wembanyama, defensive player of the year, put up 32 and 14 as well. Scoot Henderson, most improved, and Mike Stover is coach of the year of the yet again perfect record. Minnesota Timberwolves, Neil White is white. All NBA first team, no Wolves. Second team, Shea made it up to a 94 overall. Third team, nobody. Defensive first teams and second teams and rookies and none of these and none of these and none of these. Good stuff. We had 69 and 13, 7 games up on the Phoenix Suns. Definitely a great season for us. The Eastern Conference, Orlando Magic went 64 and 18. They don't even have a 90. That's what I'm noticing about the new 2K is there's no 90s a few seasons into the simulation, but there's like a million 80s. So it's kind of weird. I think they need to rebalance, but they're not going to because 2K never fixes anything mid-season. So we're going to have to wait for 2K24. Get hyped. Anthony Edwards had a really good season. Shea Gilgeous Alexander took a little bit of a step back. Not sure what to do about that. Karl Towns was good, 21 and 8. Anthony Black stepped up, 14 and 9. He's taken over as the point guard of the team. How do we do 3-point percentage wise? Shea shot 39. Anthony Edwards 43. Anthony Black up to 34. Karl Towns 45. JP Finley 34. Jalen Noel 46%. Ethan BS was good. And Rudy Gobert, Louis Bosch, Kevon Looney, none of them shoot threes. Scoring champion went to Luka Doncic yet again. Rebounds is Victor Wembanyama and assist is Scoot Henderson. Steals is LaMelo Ball. Blocks is Victor Wembanyama. Figure percentages is Zion Williamson. 3-point champion is Quentin Grimes, who shot 50% on the season. Wow. How many did he take though? 130 of 259. That's impressive. And free throw champion is Bones Highland. Team stats wise, we were best in the NBA. Second to the Magic. I don't see it. Does their scoring come from Chris Middleton off the bench? Like, you see what I mean? 88, 84, 88, 88, 80. You go, all right, well, they're kind of like the Bulls are right now. They're a good team, not great. But then their bench, 86, 86, 83, 82, 81. Don't know what to do about that. Points allowed, we were the best team in the NBA defensively, giving us a 15.3 point differential, number one in the NBA. Field goal percentages, we're first, 52%. 3-point percentages, we are 5th. And free throw percentages, we are not very good. Never have been, 10th. But let's take on the Denver Nuggets, who are somehow the 8th seed, even though they have a healthy Jamal Murray, Michael Porter Jr., Nikola Jokic, Bones Highland up to an 81. I don't know how this team is an 8th seed other than that they can't play defense all that well, which I guess would make sense why they're an 8th seed. But hey, we're up 3-1 and 4-1 now to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. We stole Shea from you. They still have Chet. Gigi Jackson is good. Mikal Bridges, Josh Giddey. Theoretically, they're still a good team as they do win game 1. I think we have dominated the NBA at this point, so we should be taking over as we are tied up 2-2, up 3-2, and it ain't 2K if it ain't game 7. Let's go see how we do here in Minnesota. Winner goes to the Western Conference Final, loser goes home, and we are blowing them out going into the third quarter. Not a big blowout, and it's actually a back and forth game. 7 points. They made a little bit of a comeback here in the third, and it's close enough to where we're going to have to hop in, clutch it out if we get the opportunity. 2-point game. Back and forth here, 6 minutes left. Big game 7, clutch. Who's going to be the monster for our team? Get a 1-point lead and I'll hop in. Oh my God, it's going too fast. There we go, 121, 119, 1.5 minutes left. We have a timeout. This is the starting lineup. They have Karl Towns, Ethan Bias, Shea, Jalen Noel at the point guard, and Anthony Edwards. Why would you do that? Defense. Ooh. Oh, I was there. I'm contested. Chet Holmgren is getting rebounds over Rudy Gobert. Chet Holmgren is bullying Rudy Gobert. Oh no. Rudy Gobert look like a bitch? Does he look like a bitch? Then why are you trying to fuck him like one? There's Mr. Wallace. Oh, go Anthony. Throw it down over Chet, Anthony. Woo, poster. Because Mr. Wallace don't like being fucked by anybody other than Mrs. Wallace. Oh my God, he got shook and then got lost, and we are up 2 points, 30 seconds left. I could have gone for the 2 for him, but we're not going to. We're just going to tick, tick, tick this clock, and now they have to foul. Colin Sexton is on their team. Interesting. Clutch, clutch. Ugh, 5%. Slightly early gives you a 5% release. Come on, baby. There we go. Green, splash, 100%. Green bean in. They need a timeout. No threes, no threes, no threes. From there, no threes, no threes. Are they running offense? Colin Sexton, you can drive. You can have that. I'll give you as many floaters as you want. Just no threes. And there you go. You gotta foul me. I'm too much of a beast. Now let's see if I can get these releases down. Yup. Oh, that's gonna miss. How is that 5%? MVP is choking in the clutch here. They call them free throws, not miss throws. All right, locking up. Lock them up, lock them up, lock them up. Lock them up. Oh my God, I got shook. What is happening? I got the worst animation in the history of the game. 3, 2, 1. I'm there. Yo, 2K sucks at handling the end of the clock simulations. That was a horrible possession. They went for 2 instead of 3, and then they just drain out the clock while they're losing, and then jack up the worst shot I've ever seen in my life. 2K, man, fix your game. We have to deal with this every year, and they're not going to even touch it. At least Madden tries. You know what I mean? They got so much backlash that they're at least trying at this point to fix their mess of a game. Damian Lillard, Dylan Mitchell, Keegan Murray, Omer Yurtseven. We're probably going to dominate, and that was probably all of the gameplay that you need to see as we are up 3-1. And we do advance, taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers yet again. Darius Garland, David Johnson. They lost Donovan Mitchell. That's right. Evan Mobley, Jared Allen. Yeah, they're a worse team. And we are 1-1. Up 2-1, up 3-1, and we do win, winning 3-4. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wins NBA Finals MVP. We are a dynasty. This is the best team in the NBA. That's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.